The old wood stairs of the Murray house creaked softly under the weight of their own age, an almost musical lament. It was a Thursday evening in autumn, and the crisp air seeped in through the open window, carrying with it the smell of damp leaves and uncertainty. Sarah, a young woman with a penchant for the macabre, owned this relic of a Victorian home. Every evening she dedicated herself to the task of restoring its forgotten beauty. As she climbed the stairs to grab a paintbrush, she noticed something peculiar. The faint sound of footsteps echoed behind her, almost a whispering melody. She paused, glancing over her shoulder, but found only shadows clinging to the walls. Shaking her head at her own imagination, she pressed on, the familiar creaking now accompanied by a chilling draft that slipped through her hair like icy fingers. A moment later she returned downstairs, a bucket of paint in her hands. A chill rustled through her, and she frowned, sensing something was off. The air held a weight, thick and damp, as if the house itself were breathing. A hint of lavender, sweet yet overly strong, drifted through the foyer. It was the scent of forgotten perfume, lingering long after its owner had vanished. Taking a deep breath to steady herself, she set the bucket down and continued her work, yet the footsteps were back, distinct now, as if someone were pacing just below the second landing. With every stroke of the brush, the atmosphere thickened, resulting in a sense of urgency that left Sarah wide-eyed and restless. She considered calling out, but an almost primal instinct warned her against it. The wind howled against the exterior, rattling the window frames, and a chill slammed through the house. The rocking chair in the corner of the room began to sway slightly, creaking softly back and forth, as if an unseen force found comfort there. Taking another cautious ladder to the upper floor, Sarah felt the temperature drop, and for the first time, she noticed distinct handprints on the dust-covered window, smudged and small, as if a child had pressed against the glass. It was just the two of them, her and this four-walled behemoth of stories. But then, as she glanced again towards the staircase, her breath hitched. There, halfway down the stairs, stood a ghostly figure, a young girl with hollow eyes gazing mournfully back at her. The girl's dress fluttered like wisps of smoke, and her mouth moved, forming silent words that reached into Sarah's chest, tightening her heart like a vice. A wayward chill ran through the room. Sarah's mind raced, the past infiltrating her thoughts. She had heard tales of the girl, lost in this very home decades ago, trapped between the memories of laughter and the sorrow of departure. Finding her voice, Sarah whispered, "What do you want?" It was a fragile question, yet it rang with courage through the stagnant air. Time stretched as the girl continued to speak silently, but the answer struck Sarah like a cold wave. She understood. The girl needed to be remembered, to tell her tale of anguish and loss, so that she might finally find peace. Lifting the paintbrush, Sarah began to sketch images upon the wall, a mural of memories for the girl, each stroke morphing into moments of joy that resided in the shadows of the Murray house. As she painted, the girl's expression softened, the despair in her eyes giving way to something resembling gratitude. Yet the house's breath steadied, whispers faded into silence, and with one final glance back, the girl slowly began to dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Once more, Sarah stood gazing at the stairs, the house feeling lighter, the air cleared. She had not just restored a home, she had freed a soul from its lingering sorrow. Stepping back, she caught her reflection in the glass of the window, a contented smile stretching across her lips, as warmth scattered through the once veiled shadows. It was now simply a house, alive once more, containing only echoes of its history, unburdened and at peace.